Respected brothers, elders, honorable ulama ikram, respected brothers and elders, इतने में बयान खत्म हो जाएगा. चलो. Today is the first of Ramadan. It's our first fast. We're coming to the end of it. And if you're like me, you're thinking, Allah, I don't even feel hungry. Are you hungry?
Kind of.
Yeah. Pretty good, that's right. So most of us are thinking, Allah, I'm not even hungry. So then you're thinking back and thinking, why did I eat so much sincerity? Why did I trouble my mom so much? Mom, I want waffles, I want sunny side ups. Yeah? And why did I trouble my wife so much? Why did I stuff my face so much? I'm not even hungry. Yes? And this happens every Ramadan. So by the end of Ramadan, people are having really meager sahris. Yes? And the same is the analogy for the dunya. In the dunya, a person earns like a headless chicken, just anidu halmi Masjid. Then he's on his deathbed and he realizes, Allah, why do you have to do all this? Yes? I've got plenty. I met a person 53 years old and he retired. Yes? And he didn't do anything dodgy. He just took a back seat and he gave all his time to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I used him as a benchmark. So I had a friend, Allah ta'ala grant him Jannah. So he was getting on and he had properties and mashallah he was doing well. So I said to him, how old are you? So he said 53. I said, why don't you retire? He looked at me like I'd sworn at his mum. And since then I've said so to so many people, why don't you retire? I said, they get really offended. I said, why? So Mausa, make dua that I make it to pensionable age. I die with my boots on. I said, what's the fazilat? What's the virtue of working? I said, you can't retire earlier, you know. So I used that person as a benchmark. I said, look, 53, he retired. Alhamdulillah, he didn't do anything dodgy. He didn't even take benefits, but he'd earned so much that he lived, mashallah, comfortably, and he went out in the path of Allah, many countries and everything, and he devoted all his time to the masjid, right? So I used to use this guy. Then I met his brother, right? And his brother says to me, Mausa, I retired at 49. He was a bus driver. Because 49, they they offered us redundancy, right? And all the upnails, all the upperwalas, they all said, no, we're not taking that. Because I said, yeah, pick me, I'm taking it. Because I took it. Because Mausa, it's been 26 years since I retired. He said, I don't regret a single day. He said, when I retired, my mate said to me, you're crazy. What are you doing? How are you going to eat? You gotta live. Right? He said, 26 years later, I sit with those mates of mine. Yeah? He said, in 26 years, he said, I've sat from Asr till Maghrib, or Asr till Isha in the Masjid. I've been to America, I've been to Canada, I've been to Finland, I've been here, there. All these countries in the path of Allah, 40 days, 4 months. Right? And he said, I've done all of this, and my mates, the chachas now, yeah, I'm sitting with them, and I'm looking at them, thinking, they've done nothing. Yes, in terms of deed. He said, then I think to myself, what have I got and what have they got? What have they got more than me? He said, I've got a house, they've got a house. They khate pite, yeah, as in they're comfortable. He said, I'm more khate pite than them. I'm eating better than them. You know, I said to a guy, I said, bro, why are you working so hard? I know you got properties, yeah. I found out, you don't declare them, but I found out you got properties, man, you got shop, yeah, and you're working like two. I said, why are you doing this? So you know, the unfortunate thing is, brothers, we're living in a time where in our Gujarati we call it gandu, yeah. This gandu have enveloped us, yeah, enveloped the whole world, especially us Muslims, crazy, yeah? And because of that, we just राहों की है तलाश न मंजिल का है पता चला जा रहा हूँ मैं ले जा रहा है शौक. I'm going towards my destination. I'm marching all the way. But what's my destination? Don't have a clue. But I'm at it. So like that, many of us, we're just like earning. And then when you stop a person, you ask him, why are you working so hard? So they go, never thought about it. Why are you doing two jobs? Okay, when you first came to this country, when you didn't have a house and everything, understandable. But now, mashallah, you know, you got so much. Why are you doing this? So then the guy, he looks at you first like, huh? Yeah? Because he never thought about it. Then you demand an answer for him. But it's not multiple choice. I want an answer. Come on, why you work? Come on. So he goes, what's up? Bait. I'm doing it to eat. Gotta eat. Doing it for bait. Yeah? So I go, what are you talking about? No, you're not. You're not doing it for you to eat. I said, I see you. You're standing outside our masjid when we're going for Fajr namaz. You're standing outside with the curry bag, yeah, with last night's cold curry in there, yeah, and you've not even prayed Fajr namaz. And the Mauli Sahib who's coming, Imam Sahib, he's not had his breakfast, he's had his starter, because when he woke up for tahajjud, yeah, the Abba, she said, oh, Mauli Sahib's praying tahajjud, Jalo Makhari Anand Khatai, cup of tea, she puts it there in front of him. So he's had his starter, yeah, you've not even had breakfast. And then Mauli Sahib comes and prays Fajr namaz, and mashallah, the Musallis, they pray the Fajr namaz. You've not even prayed Fajr. And then Mauli Sahib comes home after that, and then Mauli Sahib has his nashta, you know, proper, with his family, with his wife and kids. That's a good life, isn't it? I said to somebody, I said, there's loads of signs all around us for us to recognize Allah and recognize that this life is a deception and that the akhirat is a real life. There's loads of signs. Jameah here, ibrat ke har su namoon hai. All around us, Allah Ta'ala. I said, one of those signs is Mauli Sahib's breakfast. I said, look at Mauli Sahib's breakfast and look at your breakfast. Yeah? I was once in Jameah, and you know, my Jameah, because I wanted everyone in Talim, so I was giving them tea and biscuits, rich teas, yeah, digestives. So they were like scratching their heads. So then they started dropping hints. It goes, you know, last year we went 40 days. We used to have sunny side up, and you know, we used to have toast and all this. I said, oh, mashallah, chalo Allah, ajam karo, yeah. So then another guy came the next day. He goes, what's that? Yeah, and he's dropping hints and everything. And then next day they were coming along expecting Spanish omelettes on the dasarkhan. They got rich teas. Yeah. So then they said the chacha. He goes, Mauli Sahib, hame badda hata last year. Hame said single cream atu, double cream atu, jam atu, yeah, and all this. He's running off the menu. I said, mashallah, I'm very happy for you, but you ain't getting in this Jameah. Anyway, then I sat them all down one day and I said to him, I goes, you know, you guys, can you just tell me what you have for breakfast? So I went round. Can you wake him up, please? Brother, stay with us. I went round, and you know, the only people who were having a nashta at home were the chachas, because the chachis were making it from maybe Makharia. Yeah? All the other youngsters, most of them, I don't have anything. I said, why not? He said, Basa, it's a judgment, it's a decision between 10 more minutes in bed or breakfast, stuffed breakfast. Yeah? At most, one of the guys, he said, I have one toast whilst I'm running out. That's because my mum makes it. Yeah? And then Mauli Sahib's nashta. Yeah, that's a sign. The dunya dar. Anyway, so I said, so the dunya dar, now the Mauli Sahib, he's come home, he has his breakfast and everything, and then at 11 o'clock, Mauli Sahib's doing his mutala, and the wife comes in and she says, what would you like today? Cappuccino, macchiato? Yeah, got the coffee machine. Yeah, so then she makes him, so he says, just bring a adwali cha. So then they have, yeah, and then Mauli Sahib goes for Zohar namaz, and then he comes back, and then he has fresh DC. Yeah, with achar, or curry khichdi with papad, roza makruh ho jayega. Chalo rehne do. Fasting. And I said to that guy, I goes, you got your tiffin from last night's thing, but because you're so busy in the shop, you don't even, you take it back, packed, and the wife goes crazy on you. And I said, you know, you in your shop, you eat out of date crisp, because you can't sell them to the customer, yeah? And you eat them, and even that gets interrupted if the customers walk in. What kind of a life is that? You're not doing it to eat, and you come home so late at night that the wife's gone to sleep, yeah? And you know, our English friends, they say the dinner's in the dog.
This is the car's blocking.
This car needs to be moved, please, brothers. RJ74UNP. It's a BMW.
Yeah.
A nice one. And there's another one as well. BD22VMA. Please, brothers, remove those cars.
And this one,
Oh no. NG क्या कहते हैं? 10SZE. Remove these 3 cars, please, brothers. You're obstructing someone. Jazakumullah. And now you guys don't be nosy parkers. Don't turn around saying who's the guy, who's the guy. Just keep your eyes on me, yeah, brothers. Inshallah, almost done. Anyway, what was I talking about? Did you do cappuccino ho gaya. Yeah, so then he comes home at night. I go, you come home at night, and you know your wife, she got tired of waiting. So she's left a post-it on the fridge saying, your dinner's in the oven. Yeah? And with our English friends, they leave a thing saying, your dinner's in the dog. Yeah? And I said, you're so tired, you can't be bothered. You've got to take it out, heat it up in the microwave, then got to sit down, put this can down, eat it. You can't be bothered. So you just get cornflakes, and you're not doing something there. Yeah? Guys said to him, Masa, how do you know this? Have you been spying on me? I said, I know, man. This is a life of a person who chases the dunya. Why? Because Allah said to the dunya, Ya dunya ikhdimi man khadamani, wastakhdimi man khadamaki. O dunya, Allah is saying to the dunya, O dunya, whoever serves me, serves my deen, you serve him. You become his slave. Brothers who are talking, brothers, can you please stop? Jazakallah. Yes? And I'm a secondary school teacher. That's why I can't tolerate all this, you know. Allah maaf kare. I have to have full attention, otherwise I'll give you detention. Anyway, Allah forgive me. And that's why I said don't keep my bayan. What was he saying? And then dunya, Allah Ta'ala said to the dunya, whoever serves me, you serve him. But whoever serves you, whoever becomes gaga for you, crazy for you, gandu for you, yeah? Na subah dekhta hai, na sham dekhta hai, not looking at anything. They're just crazy, chasing the dunya. You know, when this effort of Dawat and Tabligh first started, about 100 years ago, at that time, a Jamaat came from the villages, and they came to the city. So you know, village life, it was very different from the city life. If you think about where you came from, India, Pakistan, Africa, wherever, that's how it was. It's not anymore. Now the village people have got the gandu on them as well. Yeah? But at that time, you know, village life was like wake up dead early, and then work and everything, plow the field and everything, then come home, have your curry, you go to sleep. Mamma kind of hui jaun. Yeah? And then nice easy life. But the city life is as it is. Our life, the busy life. Yeah? So this Jamaat was going and they were doing Gasht, Jola, meeting brothers in the afternoon in a bazaar. And in that Jamaat was a villager. So as they came upon a shop, it was quiet, and this one shopkeeper, he was sitting there having last night's curry out of that tiffin. So the brothers met him, the Mutakallim spoke to him, and he said, yeah, inshallah, I'll come. So you know, the villager, he's like checking his watch. My watch broken, what's happened? He's asking the other guy, what time is it? What time is it? It was 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in it. It's 4 o'clock in it. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. He couldn't understand because he had never seen anyone eating at 4 o'clock. Because village life, you eat at like 12, half 12, then you go to sleep. Yeah? And it's so nice. And then in the evening you have like 7 o'clock or something, and then you sit around and you talk. Yeah? So he goes to him. Anyway, so when the Jamaat started moving on, the villager, he goes to the shopkeeper, he goes, Bhai Sahab, ab kya kar rahe hai? So what are you doing? He goes, I'm eating. He goes, what are you eating now? It's 4 o'clock. He goes, I'm having my lunch. He goes, but it's 4 o'clock. He said, oh yeah, I was meant to eat at 12 o'clock, but there was a rush of customers, I didn't get a chance, so I'm eating now. So then he said something very profound and deep, which he probably didn't understand himself. May Allah Ta'ala make us understand what he said. He said, Bhai Sahab, jail khane mein qaidiyon ne kab ka khana kha liya? Prisoners in their cells, in the prisons, ate a long time ago. Meaning, what kind of a life is yours when prisoners are eating at a good time, decent hour, and you, are you the owner of your shop? Or are you enslaved by your shop? Is your shop a prison for you that you're eating at 4 o'clock? What time are you going to eat at night? No wonder you get indigestion, gas and everything. But this is what happens. People chasing the dunya. And then one person said to me, Masa, you know, when I came to England, our old Zakaria Masjid, he said, Masa, I had the key to the masjid. I used to come to the masjid, I used to unlock the masjid, I used to pray tahajjud namaz. with the jinns? He didn't say that, I said. Yeah, in the masjid. And then I used to call the azan, and the musallis used to come. I used to sit and pray the Quran. I used to pray behind the imam. I used to give the iqamat. Then after namaz, I used to sit there, do my zikr, do my tilawat until ishraq. When everyone had gone, I'd pray my ishraq. Then I'd lock the masjid. Same for Zohar, Asar, Maghrib, Isha. It's a gajamni zindagi uti. Yeah, masa bo maza uti. I said, love it. I said, you can't still do that, you know. What's happened? Why can't he not do that now? Kaching. He came then, he didn't have a job, he didn't have a wife, he did not see the lure of the dunya, so he was just Allah, Allah, Allah. Now the dunya has come. Sometimes I go to our Zakaria Masjid, our central Masjid. So if you want to meet everyone, and their auntie, not their auntie, the uncle, if you want to meet the whole world, people you've not met for ages, then pray namaz in like this masjid, and then go straight out after a farz. Yeah, pray your sunnahs at home. Make sure you pray your sunnahs. Yeah, and you'll get to meet people. So sometimes I go to our masjid, and then I'm coming out, and then people come up to me, Assalamu alaikum, what's up? Remember, we used to go Jameah together. Happy days, yeah. I said, yeah, mashallah, inshallah. Yeah. Then I said to them, now they're in their 20s, late 20s, 30s. I said, Jamaahs do still go, you know. What's happened? Married now, innit? I got a job now, innit? I got children now, innit? I said, no, brother, the people who used to take us, they had jobs, they had families, they were supporting 2 families, one here, one back home. But this is what Islam is. Islam means do it along with your dunya. They're not 2 separate entities. We have to live in this world, you have to earn. You have to be the best in your job. You have to be, I say to brothers, don't try to be employee of the month. Try to be, our deen says, be employee best ever. That when you leave, and there's so many examples, when they hand in the resignation, they're begging them to come back. One brother went for 4 months, he came back, and his voice box and mailbox, everything overflowing. Why? Because after he left, his boss realized, man, we've lost a good guy, man. He goes, and his boss is ringing him. He said, you gotta come back. He said, I ain't coming back. He goes, no, you gotta come back. He said, I need 4 months leave every year. He goes, I'll give it to you. He said, I've got another offer from another company. He goes, I'll double it. He said, why? How? I'm not that special. He goes, after you left, we employed 4 people. They still couldn't fill your shoes. So a Muslim should be an exemplary employee, not a skyber. Yeah? And a Muslim should be hardworking, exemplary husband, exemplary brother, exemplary dad, exemplary banda of Allah. True Muhammadis. Hafiz Patel Sahib Rahmatullah used to say, Hum Muhammadi bane Muhammadi. We want to be resurrected on the day of judgment. Recognize that this is a Muhammadi. Right? He upheld the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When people were annihilating, just the other day, Molana Osman Kazee, his kitab I was reading, in that it said that Muslims, the war that Muslims are waging on Islam. Allahu Akbar. Muslims destroying Islam. And when because of our khaishat and our desires, we're adulterating the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we want a deen of convenience. But when we will uphold the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and strive for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and try to eradicate these evils, then what will happen? You know, in our Masjid, Ramzan, mashallah, is very good to see. Mashallah, people pray Quran. But it also breaks my heart. कितने लोगों को देखते हैं टेक लगाए हैं और पैर फैलाए हैं और पढ़ रहे हैं अच्छे अच्छे लोग I said Ya Allah क्या कर रहा है they said what's have bad back I said you know the Dohas of the past they had bad backs as well but they never used to sit on a chair when they used to pray Quran now must have made to be Allah Allah astaghfirullah astaghfirullah and that's why that first generation they progressed so much ad-deenu kulluhu adab yeah in our times when I was a kid you couldn't walk into masjid with t-shirt on Nango haro nalaik tana sharam aayis ke nahi you could wear jeans in the masjid kyun bhai aisa hi tha na bhai hu ha to karo yaar agree with me or say no so that otherwise other people think ye bandal phekta rehta hai kyun bhai Mahmood bhai aisa hi tha na this is how we was in our masjid you could walk in without a topi you couldn't talk in the masjid now people with Quran and they got legs spread out I have to say to you have you got a leg problem or something no just relaxing like you're reading a comic kalam of Allah bhai yeah in our masjid, it never used to happen. Somebody's doing a bayan and people are on the phone. Well, we didn't have phones then, but it never used to happen. People are like spaced out, leaning and everything. In our masjid, I'm talking about. Then what happens is, our people got money. Now again, root of olive, kaching. Then we started traveling. We went to other countries. And you know, they say, if you pardon the expression, monkey see, monkey do. हम दूसरे जगह पे गए देखा कि माशाल्लाह शेख साहब तफसीर कर रहे हैं और वहाँ पे कहवा पार्टी चल रही है कुछ लोग बैठे हैं बातें कर रहे हैं, yeah, people are all spread out and the sheikhs doing the lecture. So we thought, oh, that's all right, it's acceptable. So we started doing it in our masjid. We saw people with Quran putting it on the floor. We said, oh, it's okay. Allahu Akbar. We progressed. Our first generation, our forefathers progressed because of adab. Today we're losing that, brothers. So we have a responsibility to protect the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to promote the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to bring in all the goodness and to eradicate all the evils that have crept into our deen, into our masjids, and to strive for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not be just gandu. Otherwise what will happen? We'll be on our deathbeds like we are today. Yeah? Oh, I shouldn't have eaten so much, I'm not even hungry. Yeah, I'll cut back, I should have prayed 2 more rakats in tahajjud, yeah, instead of that extra waffle. Yeah? So by that time, by the end of Ramzan, a person praying more tahajjud, yeah, and less sahri, because he knows I don't need all this. In the same way, a person will realize I don't have to earn so crazy. Anyway, that chacha I was telling you about, yeah, he retired at 49, and then he goes, I sit with my mates, and I look at them, I think, they've got a house, I got a house. They're khate pite, I'm khate pite, yeah? But they haven't got 26 years under their belt. 26 years of striving in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of sitting in the masjid from Asr to Isha. And another thing they haven't got, that I've got, they haven't got health. Why? Why have they not got health? Because they've expended everything for the dunya. They've expended it. Kya hua? Time? Let me end with this example, brothers. You know, when we make biryani, yeah, and when you make a pulao or something, what happens? You put taj, lawang and all that in it. Yeah, your mom, you don't act like you do. Your mom does, yeah, or your wife does. Right? Then what happens is when you sit down to eat, you chuck those things out. Why? Because the food, the cooking process, has sucked out all the nutrients and the fragrance and the taste. Then you just chuck it out. Dunya does that to us people. Yeah? And so you get people at the end of their lives. जब दांत थे तो रोटी नहीं थी, रोटी आई तो दांत नहीं है. When a person could have been striving in the path of Allah, then he was gandu for the dunya. Now, you know, every masjid we go to, you find an old man sitting on the chair, he sees his youngsters, he starts crying. He wants to do it, but he can't. Why? Because he's expended himself for the dunya. Yeah? And so Isa alayhi salam saw a vision of dunya, of embodiment of the dunya. Other people did as well. So when he approached her, she was in a beautiful floral gown, a white wedding dress, you know, the ones that are thousands of pounds. If you're not married, you're about to find out. Good luck to you. Yeah, so she was in one of those. So as he approached, he thought, yeah, this person who was seeing the vision, he thought, this is a bride. But then she turned around. When she turned around, he realized that she's a buddhi, yeah, an old hag. Yeah. So but although she was like old hag, she was like a prune or wrinkled up. She had a mustache, she had a wart, yeah, she had a bit of a beard, right? And she smiled and she had teeth missing. But despite that, she had mascara on. She had those windscreen wipers, what do you call them? Yeah, the eyelashes, and she had lipstick and all that. Yeah. So when he saw her, he's like repulsed. He goes, "Yeah, sister, yeah." He goes, "What business do you have of dressing up? Yeah, and who are you?" So she goes, "I'm the dunya." So he goes, "You're such an old hag. What business do you have?" He was like proper repulsed. "What business do you have of getting dressed up like this?" She goes, "I'm getting married." He said, "Who's going to marry you?" She laughed. She goes, "You know, the number of husbands I have had, I've lost count." So he's taken aback. Somebody's marrying this buddhi, dohi. Yeah? And he goes, then he said that, you know, obviously your husbands, when they realized, they came close, when they realized, yeah, then they must have divorced you. She laughed again. She goes, "No, not a single one of my husbands has ever divorced me." So what happened? He said, "I entrapped them. I alert them. I bewitched them. I tricked them. I beguiled them. I entrapped them. And when they became mine, then I squeezed them. Yeah? And I worked them hard. Like Allah said to the dunya, وَاسْتَخْدِمِي مَنْ خَدَمَكِ. Yeah? And I sucked everything out of them. And then when they were good for nothing, I tossed them aside, I divorced them." And this is what happens with the dunya. So many people, all energies, all faculties, the youth, all gone for. And that could have been expended for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The deen needs it right now. All these young, you know, we have youngsters joining a community. Keep working hard like you're doing. And this time next year, I'll be able to buy another one. I'll be able to buy another, not you. But this is what's happening. And brothers, we've got to get out of this madness. I've got to assess myself. You've got to money, this money tied up here, and 60 grand I'm expecting to get. Where are you expecting to get that from? You know, my granddad, I'm going to invest, or my dad, I'm going to invest that from him. Meaning you're just waiting for him to die. Marizai, to mana People are waiting. Such is a blindness for the dunya that they want their dad to go so they can inherit, so they can buy a big house in a posh area. Crazy. Madness of the dunya, brothers. And we've got to get out of that gandu that's enveloped us. And that's why the effort of Dawat and Tabligh is taking place. Dawat and Tabligh isn't that give up your dunya, go and live in a little, go and live in your garden shed. Yeah. It's not saying that. Tabligh is saying, Hafiz Patel Sahib used to say, be first in your studies, be first in your employment, but be first in Tabligh and Deen as well. So that on the day of judgment we get resurrected as Muhammadis, that this is a person who upheld the Deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't want to be resurrected as the rats of the dunya. Yeah? You know the race for the dunya, what do they call it? They call it the rat race. I didn't give it that name. Some body didn't give it that name. That's another sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The people who invented the corporate dunya, the race for the dunya, they called it the rat race. As one person said, one non-Muslim said, that the ironic thing about the rat race is that even if you win, you're still a rat. Allahu Akbar. We don't want to be resurrected on the day of judgment, do we, brothers? As rats of the dunya, always snuffing out the dunya, sniffing out the dunya, burrowing for the dunya, chasing the dunya, snatching the dunya. We want to be resurrected as true Muhammadis. So for that, brothers, this effort is taking place. So make intention, mashallah, in this locality, in this masjid, got so many Purana Satis, so many brothers who spend time, so much potential. So brothers, make intention, inshallah, that we come back onto the maqsad of our life. A few minutes of tashkil, inshallah, then you'll be given an opportunity to make dua, inshallah, and tilawat. It's our last day here, that's why we took more time. Forgive us. Come, brothers, make intention, inshallah.
Give your name, please.
MashaAllah. Allah Ta'ala Allah Ta'ala accept your whole life for the service of His deen. Say Ameen, brothers. Don't be stingy. MashaAllah. Allah Qabul from Allah Asad from Try to give a month or a year as well, yeah? MashaAllah. Sarfaraz bhai, MashaAllah. Allah Qabul from Allah Ta'ala Asad from MashaAllah. Allah Ta'ala accept you, accept your generations, MashaAllah. Ji Rafiq bhai. MashaAllah, Allah Qabul. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. 40 days Jameah is getting ready from this masjid, alhamdulillah, for the summer. Not long to go now after Ramadan, we won't have long. MashaAllah. Allah Qabul from us. Yes, brother.
Your name, brother? Farooq.
Allah Qabul from us. Allah accept your generations, MashaAllah.
Nasir, inshallah.
Come, brothers, MashaAllah. Nasir bhai, Allah Qabul from us.
Yusuf.
Molana Yusuf sahib, MashaAllah. When our ulama kiram stand up, then us, non-alim, we have no choice. I was going to say jahil, but that would apply to me. We have to strive in the path of Allah. Allah accept you, Allah Ta'ala make it easy, MashaAllah. He's out for his first 40 days, he's ready for 4 months, MashaAllah. Come, brothers.
See, brothers, inshallah. Give your name. Everybody give names. What about Ramadan now? Yeah? 10 days, people are going for 10 days, first Ashra, second Ashra, third Ashra. You've got time now. Yeah? Some brothers are ready to go. Yeah? So inshallah, make niyyah for this. For first, second, third Ashra. First Ashra is already started. So maybe second Ashra next week. Who's ready, inshallah?
10 days in the path of Allah in the month of Ramadan. Allah ke raaste mein sona bhi sona hai. Even if you are sleeping in the path of Allah, you'll still be getting reward. You won't get that at home.
The youngsters using the school now, inshallah, after Ramadan, will be Easter holidays. Make niyyah for Easter holidays as well. Yeah? Easter holidays, inshallah, Ramadan and also Easter holidays. Make niyyah, inshallah. Also, in Ramadan, next week you've got 3 days Jamaat. Yeah? Next week there's a 3-day Jamaat next week as well, inshallah. So make niyyah for next week, inshallah. Who's ready for next week?
Very easy, mashallah. Weekend Jamaat next weekend. Come on, brothers.
Next weekend, inshallah.
Bare minimum we could do,
Farooq
mashallah.
Bhai is ready, inshallah. Rafiq Bhai is ready, Farooq Bhai is ready. Ibrahim.
Mashallah. Come brothers, one weekend inshallah.
Yahya is ready, inshallah. Yahya is ready. See, who else, inshallah? Next week. 3 days is easy. Next week.
You can take your bhajia samosas half with you inshallah.
Your name? Abdullah. MashaAllah. Abdullah.
Allah accept, Allah make it easy, Allah accept your whole family.
Ameen. See, few more names, the Jameah coming committee. We've got 5 names. Few more, inshallah. See, brothers. Everybody make niyat, inshallah. At least try and make effort. Yeah, we try and make effort to form this Jamaat, inshallah. Next week the Jamaat can go. Also, we've got Ramadhaan. Try and make effort, inshallah. The 10 days Jamaat go from our locality as well. Brothers gather every day inside the masjid, making effort. They, mashallah, doing it. But if we take part, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also make us the means. You'll be surprised that there'll be so many brothers out there who still doesn't know that Ramadan has started. You'll be surprised. So many people will be away from deen as well. Yeah? So many people today, they're away from the masjid, away from the, like Molana said, always running day and night for dunya. Yeah? So who is going to go and explain to them, bring them to the masjid? Those brothers who come to the masjid, they have to take that responsibility. So we are coming to the masjid, it's our duty. No priest or somebody from the Gurdwara or the Hindu temple is going to go and tell them, brother, your Ramadan is starting, go to the masjid. No, it's brothers who are already coming to the masjid, they have to take that responsibility. So we have to take this responsibility to go out there and bring the brothers to the masjid. So on a daily basis, brothers gather, inshallah, after us or before us, after us. After Asr, inshallah, brothers will gather, inshallah. The brothers are requested to join them, inshallah, on a daily basis. Also, ta'aleem will be taking place now. After Asr, ta'aleem will take place. Join in the ta'aleem as well. And then, inshallah, make effort throughout the week. Like this, inshallah, if you make effort, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make effort, inshallah. Our Jamaat will be going, inshallah, tomorrow to Masjid Islam. Come on, do Nusrat there as well, inshallah. Take it.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا رب لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى اله واصحابه اجمعين جزا الله عنا سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ما هو اهله يا رب بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا فيما مضى يا واسع الجود والكرم اللهم انا امنا بمحمد ولم نره فلا تحرمنا في الجنان وجوده وارزقنا صحبته وتوفنا على ملته واسقنا من حوضه مشربا هنيئا رويا سائغا لا نظمع بعده ابدا اللهم كن لنا واجعلنا لك اللهم اجعلنا من المحبين المحبوبين المقربين العاشقين العارفين لك يا الله اللهم اجعله صلى الله عليه وسلم مقبلا علينا ولا تجعله صلى الله عليه وسلم غاضبا علينا اللهم اهد اهل هذا المسجد واهد اهل هذه الحاره واهد اهل هذا البلد واهد اهل هذه القريه واهد اهل هذه الدوله اللهم اهد هذه الحكومه اللهم اهد الناس والجان جميعا اللهم احيي الدين كله في العالم كله الى يوم القيامه واصلح منا لهذا اللهم اشف مرضانا واشف مرضى المسلمين واغفر موتانا وموتى المسلمين اللهم رب اجعل كل واحد منا لك شكارا لك ذكارا لك رهابا لك بدواعا لك وديعا اليك مقبل اليك اواه منيبا اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين امين 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 برحمتك يا رب جزاكم الله
Get something.